Opportunity that I'm going to show you guys. I found this about 3 days ago, so I haven't really been in this for too long. I think overall it is a newer platform. It's probably only been out for, I'd say, like a month now, but it seems like a pretty good opportunity. I've researched it a little bit, but of course only time can tell with these projects, so I did just make a semi-small investment on here. But from everything I've read and heard about this, it seems like a good investment. So I actually found this on Trader Joe. I was looking through the farms on here and I came across Blizz Finance, so went to YouTube, watched a little bit. There wasn't really much on YouTube about it yet. Read a little bit on Reddit, Twitter, and went through the platform, did a little bit of research. Seemed like it would be a good investment, so here I am. Now I will say, whenever I got in on this, so the token price right now is 116. When I got in on this, I did get in at a pretty good entry point. I got in about right here, about 63 cents. So my investment has pretty much doubled since I got in. But that doesn't really matter to me right now because this is, like I said, a little bit of a longer term hold. So I'm really not worried about price action right now. Hopefully the price goes up, but I do expect dips, so not really worried about that right now. So what I did here on staking, you can see I have about $481 USD staked. When I started off on here, that was like closer to like 300-ish. I don't remember the exact amount, but it has gone up over $100, a pretty good amount. And on here, I'm staking it through the Blizzard Avalanche liquidity pool, which is not the only way you can do it, but the APR here is pretty good. So that's what I did. And to get that liquidity token, you can just click right here. It's going to take you to Trader Joe. If you guys aren't familiar with this, it's like an Avalanche exchange. It's really good. They have a pretty good token you should look into as well. You can go ahead and buy that liquidity token. And kind of see all the information about it here. I'm not going to go through that right now. I'm going to go back here. So I bought that liquidity token, which the token is worth about 24.66 right now. When I bought in, I think it was around 21 or like 19. And I went ahead and staked that. I have 19.5 LP tokens in here, and I've been investing these like daily. So this 54 Blizz right here is just from since like last night. And you can see it's worth about $62.85. So this is a bit confusing. I didn't really know exactly how this worked when I got into it. But once I figured out, it actually makes a lot of sense. So you can stake the liquidity token right here, and that's where you're earning that staking APR of about 3,100%. Of course, that does go up and down based off how much is in the pool. I've seen it up to like 4,000, but I haven't really seen it go lower than 3,000 since I've been in this. So at this current rate, I'm making about $1,200 a month on the Blizz token. That's assuming the Blizz token stays at its current value or goes up and doesn't go down. But even if it goes down, honestly, that's still a pretty good, that's a pretty good APR. So I'll show you guys right here where you manage the Blizz tokens. This is where it gets a little bit confusing at first glance. So I'm going to show you in a minute where I vest it, but right here you can see we have two options for the Blizz tokens. You can stake the Blizz tokens and earn an APR of 296%, which is still pretty good. Personally for me, just staking the Blizz tokens alone isn't really worth it. That's not a small APR, but I could definitely find that elsewhere, so that wouldn't really be my choice. You can also lock the Blizz tokens for 3 months, and you're going to get that 17 or 1,800% APR. Of course, that goes up and down. I've seen it at about 2,500 recently. I think this is the lowest that I have seen it, but of course, it'll fluctuate based on the pool. So once you lock it, you're going to go ahead and get that 1,800% APR, and you can unlock it in 3 months. And so you can see right here, just from that, I have 46 Blizz tokens staked, about $54. Those are gonna unlock on February 17th. And I've just had those locked for literally just a day now, and I've already earned like about $4 in fees. So what they're giving you here, these are the platform fees. So this is like when people are trading on here and getting charged fees, and also when people are unlocking their Blizz early. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain that for you guys, because I was a little bit confused at first. So right here, this is where I have the LP token staked. So that's the Blizzard and Avalanche LP token that I'm earning that APR at. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna vest these 54 tokens right now. I'm gonna confirm, give it a second to vest those. So when I first started doing this, I was under the impression, because I didn't really fully do my research enough until once I was already in here. That's when I started to learn more. But I thought that once I claimed those tokens, that those were just mine, I was going to be able to sell them. That's not exactly the case, but I think the system they have is honestly better than that. So I went ahead and invested those. So you're going to go to Manage Blizz, and you're going to see that I have 54.31 Blizz vesting right here. So basically, if I just leave that right there where it's at, it's going to be unlocked February 17th. But I'm not going to be earning any interest on that at all, really. So I can claim that 54 that I got from the Liquidity pool farm, and I can either stake it, I can lock it, or I can just sell it on an exchange if I want. The kicker here is whenever you claim it, you are going to get that 50% penalty fee, because you are claiming it before February 17th. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it to go ahead and claim it, because when you claim it, that's whenever you're going to be able to either lock, stake, or sell it. Of course, you're losing half of it, which seems like it sucks, but truthfully, when you see here, once you lock it, you basically get back all those penalty fees, and you also earn platform fees. So as long as if you're staking it, you are going to probably lose a little bit of money with that 50% penalty, but locking it, you're going to get it back and then some. So I'm going to go ahead and claim it here. And just takes a second. Once it gets claimed, I'm only going to have about 27 Blizz left. So let us take half of it. But now that Blizz is free, $31. And I can do whatever I want with it. Now, even if I wasn't locking or staking this, that's still a pretty decent income, to be honest. Like, if I was just claiming that with a 50% penalty, I would still be making a decent amount, but I want to go ahead and maximize that. And like I said, I do see this as a longer term hold for me. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it for 3 months. Because this is money that I don't really need right now, to be honest. Like, if I was just looking to sell this and free up that capital and invest in something else, I'll probably just go ahead and take it off the platform and exchange it. But this is money that I kind of want to invest a little bit longer term just to see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it. I tried staking it first, but that APR really just wasn't really high enough for me. So I figured I would go ahead and lock it. And that is a 3-month lock, which feels like a long time right now, but the way time goes, I'm sure it'll be here before we know it. And hopefully in February, the token price will have gone up. Who knows? You know, this is a little bit risky. The token price could go down. But I mean, hopefully it doesn't dip too much. I bought in at, 60 cents. So hopefully in February, it's still at 60 cents or above. And even if not, still I've gotten all this APR. So I don't really think I'm going to come out as a loss here. If anything, maybe break closer to even. But I do think there's going to be some pretty good profit on here. So you can see right now I have that locked. I have 73 Blizz tokens locked until February 17th. And I'm just going to keep repeating this. So like probably every 2 days, I'm going to come on here, invest it, and lock the tokens. Probably won't be able to do it at all next week. I'm gonna be out of town for the holidays, but when I get home, I'm sure I'll have a lot of Vestival Blizz to stake. But yeah, so I have it locked right there, you can see. And this is showing me from that locked Blizz, the 73, I have $84 worth, which is producing me a daily revenue of $4.12, a weekly revenue of $29.50, which comes out to $128 a month, which is truly not bad for just money that's sitting there. And I'm getting about 69 cents of daily platform fees and $3.48 in the daily penalty fees. So those penalty fees, basically anytime someone is claiming that early exit Blizz, that's putting it into the penalty fee pool and you're getting that essentially. So like $4 for, I mean, in 3 days, that's not terrible really. And if this platform starts picking up and more people start using this, of course, that fee pool is gonna get higher. So yeah, we'll see there. But yeah, that's $85 that I've made so far, on top of that 477 I have invested, which I said when I invested it, I only put in about 300, so that's already gone up. So if I were to unstake that LP right now, and just take it out, I would have already made like almost $175 profit on top of that 85 that's gonna unlock in 3 months, hopefully. So I've already made like a decent gain here. But I'm gonna keep it staked for a while because I just kind of want to see. I want to see how the platform goes. From everything I've researched, it seems like it'll go good, and I'm just gonna kind of let it be. I'm not gonna really watch the price token in the meantime, and see what I have in 3 months. Maybe I'll make a lot of money. Maybe I'll lose a little bit. Maybe I'll break even. We'll see. Either way, I just invested a small amount initially that I felt comfortable with potentially losing or, losing value for. So that's really the name of the game. Not investing money that you need. Like, I'm not going to put my rent money into this platform because there are no guarantees for anything. But I had 300. I found this. I researched it. I thought, let me throw a little bit in here and I'll see what it can do. And so far, I'm pretty satisfied. So I'm going to keep checking this every now and then, just compounding, locking that Blizz up, and then in 3 months, hopefully I'll have a nice little surprise here and be able to take that money out and reinvest it somewhere else. So I'm gonna probably post a couple more videos on this every now and then just to update the process or the progress here. But if you guys want to check it out, the website is blizz.finance, and then you get that Blizz token on traderjoexyz.com, and you're gonna need some Avalanche, and you can swap it for the Blizz there, and take it back over to the website, stake it. And if you don't want to get that LP, you can go ahead and just get the Blizz tokens alone and lock them and stake them, which is still a pretty good APR. I like the strategy. I'm doing better personally, but it is up to you. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have any questions about it, I'm no expert. This is no financial advice, but if you have any questions at all, I will try my best to answer them for you.